Water scarcity impacts all nations. That's first world countries, third world countries, and everything in between. I grew up in northern Nevada near Tahoe. We lived in the Sierra foothills, and each year it was really important that we had good snowfall, or we were gonna have a problem come the middle of summer with not having enough water for the towns and cities in the area. That desire for something that's completely uncontrollable leaves an underlying sense of anxiety. Growing up and becoming a water engineer has really changed my outlook on how I feel about water and how to get more. San Diego is an exceptional place to live. Lots of people want to move here and want to live here. Part of the reason that San Diego is such a nice place to live is how little it rains here. Ironically enough, that means we need to find different sources, different ways of obtaining safe drinking water for everyone that wants to be here. As population grows, which it historically does year after year, we have to find ways of meeting that higher water demand without any additional precipitation. And the city of San Diego has been especially innovative in how they've reacted to those water needs. I'm Sean Carter, and I'm the sales director for Torre Membrane USA. I got involved in the water business right out of school. I would say the biggest change in the last 10 years regarding our advancements in the technology have been our ability to reduce the redundancies and become more efficient and relying and trusting on our technologies that we've developed. Water reuse is taking water that we've used once before, and instead of discharging it where it eventually goes to the ocean, it's taking that and reusing it again. Multi-barrier treatment is extremely important because that's what provides the redundancy. It's a multi-step process, and through all of those steps, we make sure that we meet the requirement based on that region. It's a certain amount of log removal credits for bacteria and for virus. You must meet a certain treatment level to be granted that overall removal. So during ultrafiltration, we're getting 4 log removal of bacteria in that step. So that gives us 4 of those credits that's used towards the total number of credits. And it's when we add all of those credits together that we get the total number of credits required from a regulatory purpose to be allowed to reuse that water. What I would say the biggest difference between when I started and now is how we're starting to move from indirect potable reuse more towards direct potable reuse. So IPR is indirect potable reuse, and DPR we would call direct potable reuse. Both of them use the same processes: wastewater treatment, UF, RO, advanced oxidation process. But with IPR, there's an environmental barrier. DPR is distinctly different, and we're cutting out that environmental barrier. You're going from a wastewater treatment plant, and that plant connects directly to a new freshwater treatment plant. So instead of taking that water that is purified and using an environmental barrier because we're not so sure about the technology, we've gained enough confidence in the technology to know that we can save energy by not treating that water too many times. And we know that this is the wave of the future.
My name is Matt O'Malley. Currently, I'm an advocate and attorney for environmental issues around San Diego County. I was the executive director and managing attorney for an organization, an NGO called San Diego Coastkeeper. We essentially work to protect our clean water resources here throughout California. There's over 350 water keepers throughout the world, everywhere from the United States to Iraq to India. So at its core, the water keepers around the world, the fundamental mission is to protect and restore fishable, swimmable, and drinkable waters. I think the The importance of water in San Diego is huge. I mean, not only because we have 70 miles of coastline here, which is heavily recreated. All year long, people are swimming, surfing in the water, and so they need to be protected. Also, because we are at the end of the Colorado River system, there just is not enough water to go around. And so we have to be very creative, look to technologies and other policies that will allow us to have enough water to continue to thrive and grow here in San Diego. So we're standing right here at the Point Loma wastewater treatment plant. This is where the vast majority of water for the city of San Diego gets treated and dumped out into the ocean about 4 or 5 miles out. Part of what we wanted to do is say, stop dumping the water here and actually beneficially reuse it for the citizens and city of San Diego. Especially here in San Diego, recycled water is a really great solution because of how much we import and how much we then dump right into the ocean after one use. I mean, that's just irresponsible. And so the idea was for us to come together and say, how do we actually make the best beneficial use of this resource? And so to be able to recycle that 100%, and hopefully one day we get to the 100% recycling, it's going to be vital. San Diego without it wouldn't survive or thrive. So projects like Pure Water and other things are really the type of things we need to keep going. Originally, public support for water reuse was not very high. There was sort of the toilet to tap moniker that was thrown around here very often. And what we had to do working with government was really do a lot of public education campaigning. By the time our water is drank here in San Diego, it's gone through multiple different treatment processes. What we were saying to people is we're just doing it one more time rather than dumping it into the ocean. And so as you start appealing to folks, say, look, we're going to clean up the ocean, but we're also just doing what's been done before the water got here in the first place, people really came to support it. And we went from something like 30% of people support to something like 80% of the people support a project like this. So that public education outreach on the NGO side and the government side was really critical. Part of the education also is getting people away from the word wastewater, right? We should not be wasting any water. We're taking it from hundreds of miles away, using it, and then partially treating it and putting it out into this ocean here. So what we're trying to do is get away from that moniker of wastewater and seeing all water as precious and something that to be used responsibly. And that's really where that wastewater thing is hoping it goes away and we just come up with potable reuse, recycled water, pure water.
My name is Juan Guerrero. I'm the director of the City of San Diego's Public Utilities Department. I oversee the city's water and wastewater infrastructure. What it means is I provide the overall direction, the vision and mission for the Public Utilities Department. We have about 1,800 to 1,900 employees. We're growing because of the Pure Water program. So my job is to give everybody a safe place to work and contribute towards this bigger goal of providing a sustainable water future for San Diegans. So I've been in the water industry for the past 19 years. I started back in 2004. My background's in wastewater treatment plant operations. So I started off as an operator in training, worked my way from the ground up. It wasn't until I started going to university and learning about management and the bigger picture of water issues globally that it really just became a deeper passion of mine where I became kind of all in, focused on water solutions. And now working for the city of San Diego is an even greater honor because there's no bigger impact you can have than by providing those services and solutions for my own community. The water issue for the city of San Diego is paramount. We currently get 85 to 90% of our water imported from other supplies, Northern California and the Colorado River. We've seen recently the impacts of climate change leading to mega droughts in atmospheric rivers. There's major extremes that we all anticipated, but it's here now. So it's really important that we keep moving forward and find more sustainable water supplies. When you look at, the Colorado River and the level of the reservoirs and how low they got and how much was at risk during that period, I mean, it's really eye-opening, and it really leads to the need to continue to push and secure water supplies in a different way. And doing that locally is the solution. But it is going to require a change in the way we think. Pure Water San Diego is the largest and most complex infrastructure project ever undertaken by the city of San Diego. It's going to fundamentally change the way San Diegans get their water. We obviously had a phase where we're moving towards pure water, and then it got derailed by public perception challenges. The game changer was really the demonstration facility. and doing tours, and doing a lot of tours, to look at the facility, to look at the technology, to learn about the technology, and to see the final product, and to take a sample of it and drink it. Some people start the tour very skeptical, but they're there because they know it's important. They kind of get a sense that it's coming and they want to become more comfortable with it and more knowledgeable about it. And by the time they come out of the tour and they see the ozone BAC and the ultrafiltration membranes and what it means and what it does and how it works, and then the reverse osmosis membranes. Once people see that and hear that, it starts to really resonate. It's currently projected to provide roughly half of San Diego's water supply by 2035, and that's by purifying recycled water. Governor Newsom's administration put out a water supply strategy that heavily leans on potable reuse being part of the future of California and water sustainability within the state of California. I think within the San Diego region, potable reuse is definitely here to stay, and I think we're going to see more of it spread throughout the Southwest.
San Diego Pure Water Project is especially exciting. It's moving closer to direct potable reuse than we've ever gotten to before. It's on pace to serve more than 50% of the city's water in the future. To me, those are huge accomplishments. I'm very lucky to do what I do in a place where I do it. What we do inside Torrey, we are lucky that we can be a part of this. There are times when I've been at reuse plants and we fire the system up for the very first time and client gets some of the water and they bring it and they get it in a cup and they bring it and they say, well, will you drink it? Absolutely, and you drink it. And they say, wow, you drank it. It's like, of course. This isn't belief that we're engaged in. This isn't faith. This is reality. This is science. We know exactly what we are able to do. When we execute that reality, it's extremely satisfying. I am proud that I'm leaving a better earth for my son and for his kids maybe one day.